Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Um, as you can tell, this is probably a very different video from what I usually post because I usually post vlogs on my YouTube channel. But for today, we will be doing a podcast. It's honestly a spontaneous decision because my friend and I, we just got mics and we were talking about how it'd be fun if we could just do this podcast just to catch up and then to be able to just talk about things that are, going on, things that did happen in the past and like things that might happen in the future. It's honestly kind of just like a stress reliever for the both of us, considering that we're in university. And I thought it'd be nice if we could record it and for me to be able to share it on my YouTube. I thought that there might be some people that would want to listen just to relax or just to relate on some topics. But yeah, I guess I will introduce you to my friend. This is Alistair. Say hi to everyone.
Hello, subscribers of Kaide's YouTube channel. I don't know if y'all have a name, but we'll just call you the subs for now until she actually finds a name for you guys.
Yeah, so Alistair and I met in high school. We've been friends for 5 years now.
5-ish, yeah.
Yeah, and it's been a fun ride. It's been interesting. There's things.
I'd say it's a wild ride, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's been a wild ride.
But yeah, do you wanna tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was born in Spokane. For those who don't know where Spokane is, it's a couple hours away from Seattle. It's a little town. My dad was there for law school, and while he was there, I came out of my mom's little vajayjay, and I was born. After my dad graduated law school, we moved to Calgary because that's where he lived before. I lived in Calgary for a while up to grade 7, and then during grade 7, I moved to Vancouver, and now I'm in Toronto for post-secondary.
Yeah, so that's a little bit about him. I've been doing YouTube for about a year now, almost, and I've never done like an introduction video of myself before. So I guess I will use this opportunity to talk about myself. Not that anyone asked, but as you all know, my name is Kaide. I am, I guess, the owner of this channel. I started YouTube again about a year ago, just out of common interest. I was born and raised in Coquitlam. Born in Burnaby, actually, but raised in Coquitlam. And unlike Alistair, I've stayed in Coquitlam my entire life. So,
She's boring.
Nothing very interesting about that. Again, Alistair and I went to the same high school, and now we go to separate universities. I go to SFU, and I study criminology.
Criminology.
Yeah, criminology. And what do you study?
Biomed Eng.
Biomedical engineering.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Biomed Eng.
Yeah, so he's in a whole different field than I am.
Yeah, I'm in hell. That's what I'm in.
I'm in law, so some cross, but not a lot.
You have a bit easier than I do.
Yeah, mine's all history classes. Yours are all like science and math.
Science, math, AIDS, depression. The usual.
Yeah, just the university's like load of just
typical emotions you get when you think of your hateful math and science classes.
But yeah, I guess that's a little bit about ourselves. Again, it is just our first podcast, and it is just like our introduction podcast, so we're not gonna really go into detail about anything. And just an FYI for the future videos or podcasts, I guess. We're not gonna, we might have certain days where we will have a certain topic to talk about, and we might go in depth about it. But this podcast is supposed to be like just a chill, relax, like
Down to earth.
Yeah, down to earth talk. One of those late night talks that you have with like your friends when you're at a sleepover. Like that type of podcast where everyone's kind of just relaxed and, it's just listening and talking. And, why am I saying so many times? But
You're just nervous, aren't you?
not nervous. I'm trying to think of what to say while I'm saying it. So
just go with the flow. That's what this is about, right? So.
Yeah, so we will have a few guests, I guess, from our high school.
Oh, like we already have a lineup. Really?
Yeah, but that's for a further video, or a future video. For today, I think we'll just cover high school experience and
this is the prologue, backstory.
Yeah, of how Alistair and I had met. Obviously, again, no details. We're just gonna, if we go off topic, we go off topic, but I think we're just gonna go with the flow.
We'll try not to go off topic, but
the chances of that, the chances of that happening are very high. So keep that in mind.
Bear with us.
Okay. Why don't we talk about how we first met in high school?
Okay. Yeah. I think since my side of the story has been more interesting, I'll tell it from my perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I knew of Kaede through this person. I will not say said person's name just for the sake of privacy, that I was talking to. People who are from our high school will know who this person is. People who don't, you don't need to know who it is. Unless you somehow know. Well then, shit. Anyways, said person, I don't want to like flame said person, but they said they gave me a negative first impression of Kaede. So my first impression of her was like as a bad person.
It was not good.
No, so that's basically how I basically thought of her as like someone I should just like avoid talking to. Yeah, for like most of grade 9.
Yeah.
But then I think in grade 10, I actually started talking to her. I don't know why we started talking. We both don't remember when we started.
I think it was, so we used to have at our school, because our school was filled with just a bunch of Asians, we used to have this Asian group of just Asian people. Obviously it's
the hallway, Asian hallway.
Yeah, and everyone would have the same lunch block, and they would all sit together. And I think I was like the only person who didn't have the same lunch block, but I would leave class to go say hi to my friends that were in that group, and Alistair just happened to be there because of like mutual friends of said person.
Oh, said person.
And I think that's how we started to talk to each other in general. Like
I guess that's when we like introduced ourselves.
Yeah, it's like, oh hi, I'm Kaede, I'm Alistair, blah blah. But we never got into any like full conversation. It was more just like, oh hi, and that's it. It was always that awkward, like, I don't know what the heck to talk to you about, because there wasn't anything for us to talk about. But yeah, I think that's how we started to get to know each other.
And then I think beginning of grade 11, or beginning, I think around November, December-ish, was when we started talking more.
Yeah, so
yeah, we'll talk about the specifics on a later date, but
Yeah. I think by the end of grade 11, we became pretty close, and then over the summer we didn't really talk because either I was busy or he was busy. But
I had summer school
I
for
think
about
I
a
think I was in
month.
Japan or something.
I don't remember. I don't. Okay, that probably explains because I don't remember. If you did go to Japan, I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But did we talk? Did we talk over this? Did we hang out at all?
I don't think we did. I think we
No.
only started hanging out after grade 12 or like throughout grade 12 when
Yeah.
we
Well,
started having class together.
the first time we hung out was on that skating thing
Yeah.
that we were supposed to invite other people to, but then
Well, we did
no.
invite other people.
Yeah, but then they just weren't able to come, so
showed up.
it just ended up being us two.
Yeah, it was really awkward.
It
Like,
was, but like
it was like I didn't know what to talk to you about, but then at the
it was,
same time it was like it was chill.
it was fun. Right?
Yeah. But yeah, so we had class together in grade 12.
Bio.
That was our biology class. I didn't hate it as much. It was pretty fun. I think Alistair hated it.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but like there were definitely kids in that class that I didn't like.
Yeah, it was very obvious.
Yeah.
But yeah, so throughout grade 12, I think I got really close with his family. So I think that bonded us a lot more. And then he left for university. So yeah.
Damn right I did.
Yeah. That's basically how we got close.
Yeah,
It's really
know,
weird
it's
because
kind of natural. You know?
yeah, like we just naturally become very close to each other. But
we don't remember like any of
no,
it. Like
I feel like it's because the details are so irrelevant.
yeah, that honestly doesn't sound off. Like
Yeah, you know what I mean though, right? It's like like there were no details for us to have to like very like concentrate on. It was just like, oh, that happened. Okay, moving on. You know, it was hard to get to know you at first because so in Canada in general, there's a program for school called French immersion. So basically what happens is that kids can either enter elementary school learning French and English, or they can enter middle school to learn French, and then they can go into high school, graduate high school with their English diploma and their French diploma. I had gone through French immersion. I only started in grade 6, but I had gone through French immersion, and Alistair was an English kid. So we basically had no classes together. There was almost no way that we would be able to get classes together.
Except for like English and math. But
or like a science. Our school was a pretty big school. Like we had it felt like we had 1,000 students in our grade. I'm sure there wasn't. I'm sure it was like closer to like 200, 300 students in just our grade.
I think in total, when we were seniors, it was like over 1,200 kids in school.
I think we had 1,400 by the time our siblings were in high school.
Really? Goddamn.
So basically our school is a very big school, but the chances of you having class with a friend are, I don't know why, but they're very slim.
Unless you guys are, no, it's slim, but it's even slimmer if you're like English.
Yeah, English and French. So it was very interesting to see how our dynamic worked, because obviously he's a English student, and I'm a French student. But yeah, I guess it worked out fine. We're still friends. Yeah. Is there any advice that you'd want to give high school students? Or advice that you'd want to give, like, let's say first years, because we're second years in university now.
Oh my god. Advice that I'd give to first years? I think one thing I would tell first years is to just not be scared, you know? Because, like, you remember your first day of high school. I think everyone who's watching this that went to high school remembers the first day of high school. You walk into this big building, and you're like, holy fuck, this place is huge. I'm gonna get lost. You're, like, searching for your classes everywhere.
Like, I mean, especially for those that didn't have middle school, you never really get to experience, like, being at the very bottom again, like bottom of the chain. Like, I mean, even if you did have middle school, it's like you're going from being at the top of the school, being, you know, like the oldest grade and like the oldest students in the school, to being the youngest, to being the little chicks of the school. Like, everyone is taller than you, they're stronger than you, they have more confidence than you do, they know what they're doing. Whereas you walk into this huge school and you're like, who are these people, where am I, and what am I supposed to do? Like, it's that constant, like, you kind of, it's almost as if you feel unsafe.
Yeah.
And even though that you may know that you're not the only one who feels that way, it's really scary. It's overwhelming and it gets to you mentally, but as long as you know your place, you know, respect, again, it goes both ways, and you find your people. Not saying that those people are gonna stay forever in your life. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. But if you have, even if it's a temporary group of people that you can be around that can help you get used to the environment of school, it'll help you a lot to be more social, to be more open, and to be able to find your comfort zone at school, because it can be really hard doing it alone. Alistair and I talked about this, but sports is like one good way to find your people.
If you are a sports kind of guy, if not,
yeah,
just clubs in general.
Yeah. It might be a big step for people that just got into high school, but those that are graduating high school or are near the end of their years of high school, clubs are a very, very good introduction to university life, because a lot of universities revolve around clubs, and obviously with universities, they put the students first. They prioritize their needs, and though I would say that in high school, it's easier for you to reach out and get help. I'm not saying that university doesn't have those resources, it's a lot scarier. But if you're in a club and you have people around you, again, it's that comfort zone that you can find, that you can be able to adjust yourself. And it's not doing it yourself, you're adjusting yourself to a group that will be able to help you adjust to your school, right? So that's a good point. I think clubs are very important to get involved in.
Mm-hmm. And it's not like you have to be in like every single kind of club, right? Like, you just gotta join one club, 2 if you want, and then make sure it's a club you enjoy, though. Not like...
Yeah.
I
mean, you might not know what you like.
That's true.
What you don't like, so you can always explore. Mm-hmm. Right? You can always try to find your comfort zone throughout the years. You may never find it, but that's okay.
That's fine.
You'll find connections.
Coming up.
Yeah. But yeah. How does it feel being a second year of university now?
How does it feel? Kind of feels like a fever dream, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Like, first year finished so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did a summer internship over the summer. Well, of course I did it over the summer, but I did an internship over the summer, and that 4 months just gone.
Mm-hmm.
That blew by. Second year already started. It's gonna be midterms in like 3 weeks, which is
yeah, as if you already has midterms.
Like,
they're in midterms week already.
Yeah, which is terrifying me. It's like, holy crap, it's already week 4 into uni.
Yeah.
And
It's weird because considering the pace of how we do things, it should feel slower, but it feels faster than it does in high school.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like not just yesterday, but just a few months ago, like, I was like, oh my god, I got into university. I was so excited that I got into university. And now I'm in my second year of university, and it's like, oh my god, I'm graduating in 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make, like, the timeline in my head, it doesn't make sense.
As you grow older, time honestly moves a lot faster.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like,
so when people that are older than you tell you to enjoy your high school life, please enjoy it. Please cherish every moment and every second you're in high school, because you're never going to be able to go back into it. Like university, you can take a break and then you can go back into university. Yeah, you might not be with students that are the same age as you, but you can be back into university. But high school,
there's a lot of people that are way older than me in my grade, so you guys don't need to worry about it. If you need a break, take a break, honestly. If you think it's the best for you, just do it.
Yeah. And it's scary at first because it's such a big step again, right? But it's so fun.
Not if you're in engineering.
Sorry to all those kids that were wanting to go into engineering. But you know, you get a lot more freedom, I would say, with what you want to do.
But at the same time, you gotta be more responsible with what you do too.
Oh yeah, you have to be able to manage time yourself, like, spot on, or else you're gonna fall behind so quickly. Not to scare you or anything, but
no, not to scare you guys at all. It's not like if you screw up one assignment, your 4.0 GPA goes down to a 3.6. You guys, don't worry about it.
As long as you try your best, and universities have resources for students that, even though they tried their best, they still can't do well in school, and it happens. It's okay for it to happen, and like, this might be TMI, but I'm one of those students. I don't do well in school. I've never been good at school. I've always been a sports athlete. I've been a sports kid. I've been an athlete my entire life.
Me
so
too.
is Alistair. Alistair's good at school though. Like he's
no,
good.
I don't.
got into engineering, okay?
I know, but like,
for me, it's
regrets,
like, well, everyone has regrets.
But
whether you dwell upon it and you let it drag along, or if you move forward with it. I don't think you can ever move on from a regret. You can think about it, you can ponder upon it, and you can, contemplate your choices that led you to that regret.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if you move on from it, you'll make the same mistakes. But if you move forward with it, then you'll learn from them and you'll try not to make that same mistake, and hopefully you won't have those same regrets in the future.
Yeah, so kind of take those regrets of yours, make them a part of you, and then grow with them, right? I think it's a lot better than just, thinking about the regrets every day, kind of wallowing there, feeling lonely, pissed off at yourself.
I mean, and you can always talk to someone about it. Like, you don't have to think about it yourself. Alistair and I, we always, whenever we talk, even if it's through text, we always talk to each other about what might be going on that we have issues with. We'll ask for a second opinion, because no matter how many times you might repeat it to yourself, everything will just not seem right to you, because you're the only person that has that opinion in your mind. But if someone else tells you their opinion or their perspective, and you keep that open-mindedness, then you could potentially find a way to, take that advice and put it into your life. But your life, your choice, I guess. Going back onto topic, because
what topic?
I think we were on.
What was the topic to begin with?
I think we were on university and not being good at school.
Right. It's fine if you're not bad. If you're not good at school, that's fine.
But yeah, no, it's okay for your marks to be bad. My marks were terrible my first year. I had a horrible time adjusting to university. It was like our grad year, so our grade 12 year, our final year of high school was not all online, but it was mostly like an online, like.
It was a weird way they formatted
Yeah.
it. Like A to N go to A to L goes one day. Even because of that, I couldn't see you at school that often because you were A to L and I was M to Z.
Well,
right?
yeah, we did bad last names, but basically the system that we had at school wasn't very good for the transitional year that we should have gotten from our last year of high school into our first year of university. So for a lot of students, it was really difficult to adjust to university life, where it's 4 classes for 4 months. You have midterms 2 months in, and then finals in the last 2 months. It's this fast pace that no one tells you about, and it's okay if you can't adjust to it, because schools have programs that will help you to adjust. They'll help you fix these work habits that you need, and they'll help you, find a way for you to be able to continue your studies at the school. But then again, they're profiting off of you, so it makes sense. Yeah. But
if you could find your textbooks online, or else you're going to be losing about 500 smackaroonies just to books that you won't be able to use.
Later.
Okay, but topic for another day.
But yeah, don't be scared. I guess it's like weird for me to say don't be scared, because I was scared going into university, and I'm sure Alistair was too. It's like a surreal feeling, like your goal for the entirety of high school is like to get into university.
But now that you're in university,
it's like, what's my next goal?
I think for me, the reason because it was so surreal is because I'm gonna be living on my own now, right?
Right.
So starting to living on my own was like, oh, this is a lot different. I basically have to act like the head of the house, right? But like, I get a lot of freedom, but at the same time, that freedom comes with, again, responsibility, right?
Right. Living alone is something that not a lot of people get to experience, so I think that'd be a good topic for a different podcast where we can, where you can tell us. Yeah, I mean, I don't live alone. I live with my mom right at home. But you're in a whole different province, very far from your family, and you have friends, but it's very different. Like having a comfort zone, and then
they're a different kind of friend,
Yeah. So, yeah, we can talk about that in the next podcast. I think that'd be a good topic. We are 37 minutes in.
Oh, even longer than the first we had a practice recording that
Yeah, so
I kind of screwed up the audio, so
yeah, so we had recorded it and I was about to upload it, and then the audio ended up being really messed up. So
on my end, her Kylie's was fine, but for some reason we don't talk about it.
So this is the second take on it, but I think we've covered things that we didn't cover in the first. So,
yes. Which means we got even more sidetracked.
Yeah. But again, it's inevitable with our podcast, I guess. But yeah, I guess that's a little bit about us. Obviously, you guys will learn or hear more about our personal sides in future podcasts, especially because we'll probably be doing this quite often. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you, Alistair, for getting on board with this.
I was excited as hell to do this, so
that's good to hear. I think in our second episode, we are automatically going to have a guest. Not quite sure yet, but I think it's gonna happen.
I think if it is the guest that you mentioned, then
I think it's gonna happen.
that second episode is gonna be one doozy. Not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
It might get chaotic,
It might. It will. Holy crap.
but I hope.
We're literally jumping the gun from like, oh, calm little first episode
Get to know me.
to what.
Yeah. But I hope you guys were able to hopefully relax or enjoy it or have a little laugh or be able to get your mind off of something that was going on or anything. And if you were able to listen to this podcast all the way till the end, thank you.
Don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Do it for Kaide's sake. She's been working hard.
Thank you. But yeah, I think we will see you guys in our next podcast or in my next video. So yeah.
Should we do I do the slate?
If you want to. We still need to figure out a lot of things. We don't even have a name for this. We don't have an ending. But I think that'll come along while we get this podcast rolling because, again, first episode. But I'm glad we got it done. Yeah.
It'll be one hell of a ride. One hell of a ride.
I think it'll be fun.
It will be. I'm going to enjoy it.
That's good. But yeah. We'll see you next time.